Namaskar, I'm Anubhav Ranjan and you're watching Ritam. The law criminalizing marital rape has sparked an intense and complex debate in India, one that touches upon the very fabric of marriage, societal norms, and raises the question to which extent the judiciary can intervene between two individuals within a marriage. Interestingly, the center for the first time on record opposed the Supreme Court's decision. While a husband certainly does not have a fundamental right to violate the consent of the wife, terming such a violation as rape is excessively harsh and therefore disproportionate. The center told the Supreme Court, spelling out its stand for the first time on marital rape exception in law. The central government maintained that marriage as an institution should be protected. In its affidavit to the Supreme Court, it argued that criminalizing marital rape could destabilize marriages, which are considered as lifelong partnerships. According to the government, physical intimacy within the marriage must be viewed in the context of emotional and mental bonds, and disagreements or problems within a marriage are better resolved through communication, not legal action. While marriage is undoubtedly a relationship based on mutual understanding, what happens when that foundation breaks? The government insists that it is committed to safeguarding women's rights and dignity and that existing laws like the Domestic Violence Act offer protection to women who face abuse. Additionally, the center has highlighted that marriage is an institution with significant social aspects and meanings. In its affidavit, the government stated, the bond between a husband and wife who spend their entire time together and reside in the same household, which they build through their joint efforts, transcends all known standards. In our country, marital vows are still considered unbreakable. The Indian Penal Code dictates that if a man engages in sexual relations with a woman without her consent, it is considered as rape, punishable by a minimum of 10 years in prison and in some cases even life imprisonment. However, when it comes to marriage, the law takes a different stance. If a husband has non-consensual sexual relations with his wife and she is 18 or older, it is not considered as rape under the current legal framework. This legal exception has been a point of fierce debate, drawing into question how marriage and individual rights are balanced. The center has reiterated its commitment to safeguarding the freedom, dignity, and rights of every woman. The government has emphasized its priority in addressing all forms of violence and crimes against women, including physical, sexual, verbal, emotional, and economic abuse, as well as domestic violence. However, this raises the question, how can anyone ascertain what occurred in privacy of the bedroom and what falls within the real world? A husband and wife may have numerous disagreements. In which circumstances, how can it be determined when rape has taken place versus when relations were consensual? If this trend persists, today's youth may shy away from marriage altogether. They might choose not to marry due to constant fear of being labeled as rapists. Already young men in India are increasingly avoiding marriage, and this law could further complicate the situation. This leads to another critical question. How will it be discerned when relations are consensual and when they are not? Rape is not a term that can be casually categorized within the confines of disagreement. A man married to a woman for years, father of her children, her legally wedded husband, suddenly becomes a rapist. It is noteworthy that marital rape is recognized as a crime in over 100 countries where prenuptial agreements are commonly established before marriage. Such agreements are in place in countries like France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, Poland, Switzerland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Finland. However, there is a disconnect between frameworks of India and these other nations. In those countries, prenuptial agreements stipulate that if a married couple separates, neither party can assert claims over the other's property, nor can a woman demand alimony from her husband. In contrast, when divorce occurs in India, women typically prioritize claims to property and alimony from their husbands. They may be able to file a marital rape case against their husbands to seek separation, but find themselves unable to demand alimony. Furthermore, such accusations could have serious repercussions for their children as there remains no clear method to determine where relations were consensual. Consequently, children born of what is considered a sacred relationship might suddenly be viewed as the offspring of a rapist and a victim. The impact of this on children's lives has not been considered either. Will children not end up hating their own existence for life? It is easy to say marital rape, but the repercussions are extremely far-reaching. It serves as a means to declare an entire civilization as rapists. It is also a means of destroying the mutual relationship between husband and wife. Jai Hind.